In this video, I will share with you my perspective on this full moon in Sagittarius through the lens of the galactic astrology. As always, my idea is bring the chance to take a look on our evolutionary perspective as humans in this earth in uncertain times. So if you stay here, I will be sure in a simple way how to use in the most powerful way the energy of this full moon, and at the same time understand better why some of you can be in a best moment, some of you can be in a tense moment, but however we are in a really important times, and it's really interesting know how to navigate it. Stay with me. My name is Carla. I will be sharing with you all the layers of this full moon in Sagittarius. So, welcome to my channel, welcome to this community. My name is Carla. If you've been around, thank you for being here. If it's your first time, welcome. So, how is the way that I normally share the perspective and the way to understand from my point of view better what's happening during these times from the galactic astrology perspective? I will be bringing as simple as possible the energies involved and as always happen when we have a full moon. In this case, we have the moon and the sun in opposite signs, and at the same time we always take a look in the planet that it's ruling the sign where the moon is to understand their connections and where they are talking about right there above us. So first we must to say that this is a very interesting full moon, as it's the first time in 12 years that we have Jupiter in a first water sign of the zodiac, that it's Cancer. And in this particular time is even more interesting because the sun at this very moment it's in Gemini, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and the moon is in the opposite sign in Sagittarius, and the ruler of Sagittarius is Jupiter, and it's right there in Cancer, really next to Mercury. So both of them in a way for June 11, when this full moon is happening, been jumping from Gemini to the first degrees of Cancer. And then we have a clear idea that something needs to be reconciled inside of us. And what is the part that needed to be reconciled? On one hand, it's our mind, our lens to see reality, our way to understand the world and communicate. And at the same time, as we have right there Jupiter, the planet that brings everything into a bigger perspective, we can understand that because it's in exaltation in Cancer, we must to start bringing into the equation our feelings. It's not just about to think, it's about to feel, to sense, to understand from the emotional side. That's beautiful because this community is full of empaths, is full of starseeds and people that really want to understand what they feel. So keeping this in mind, because of course we will start understanding why we think and why we have this understanding of the world from a emotional perspective. Normally we try in this world, we see around us people that want to understand first and then try if possible to feel. In this particular case is exactly the opposite. We will start seeing why we have this belief system and where this come from, how it was created, because this coming from early childhood and from, of course, our country of origin, our family of origin, and not only the earthly one, the one that belongs to our spiritual family. So this is so interesting to me because in one side we have the moon and the sun in opposite signs, pulling, pushing, trying to bring into balance these two energies, Gemini energies on the sun and Sagittarius one. And on the other hand, we have this new way to understand, a new amplified layer to see why, after being, feeling, and believing what we believe about us, about the world, about everything actually, we can understand why we think as we think, or why we do as we normally do stuff. So having that in mind is interesting during this time. At least for 15 days we will be having a strong energy to navigate and connecting with this, in connection with this full moon. So having that in mind, you must think that we are ending a really intense period of time in our life that start on December 1, 2024, when we had the actually new moon in Sagittarius. And from that moment to now, because different stuff happening in that new moon when this period of time was open, we been challenged in that moment in time to understand better why our belief system is exactly as it was. And I said it was because probably even when you don't understand or you don't pay attention, so much happening from December to now that you've been actually questioning yourself and changing mind, changing ideas, and finding a new way to navigate these two realities that we are living in, the 3D, the world that we normally have our routine, and then our spiritual path, trying to find a way to open a new reality, to anchor a new way and transform the path. So having that in mind, this is one of the most important things happening now with this full moon. But if we bring the layers of galactic astrology, we will see something beautiful here. Ophiuchus is in alignment in Raselho, Ophiuchus as the constellation and Raselho as the star is in alignment with our moon, and right in front is Lepus Nihal in alignment with the sun. And this particular star that actually is new if we think about it, because we've been talking about so many alignments and not this one so far. And we must know that Nihal is on a star that actually brings the important perspective or layer of the energy of the interdimensional travelers, our sense of value as individuals, the recognition of being empathic and telepathic at the same time, and connecting with the earth. It's interesting because all of this at the same time is connecting with the indigo race. And of course we know the indigo race being the first one volunteer here and the first one trying to break this system apart just to make it better and make possible the ascensional journey that we are in right now. So interesting enough, we've been talking about this for previous videos in my channel, even the ones that of course you can find here in this in the Julia's Galactic Astrology channel too, about my perspective of this important year for us, for starseeds, for indigos. There are those that are actually having in different portions of ages the chance to move into a new direction. More than anyone, The indigos, as they've been the first one here, must to adapt and adjust into the new. And it's not that easy, because being here was suffering, was being disconnecting, was being weird, judge, bull. So sounds to be easier to move to a place that we want to co-create and feel free and feel that we actually are completely safe sharing our true colors. However, this is not that simple. So I saying again that this is a particular moment when the square that we will have during this full moon between sun, moon, and the nodes let us know that it's impossible stay the way that we've been navigating reality. That is not longer possible for any starseed, any indigos, because it's a moment to recognize and reclaim our true power, feel that we are completely safe here and now, and we are having all the actually the support that we need to create the new. So if we don't start moving into there, the only thing that will be amplified for us will be the radio mind that we have open 24/7 all year long, about fear, about don't being enough. And it's time, guys, it's time for us to move out of the ego mind, understanding the ego as that radio that let us know that we are not enough, that we are not exactly who we are. So please know and notice that we are having a beautiful alignments from Pegasus, a constellation that Markov is right there, actually pointing and bringing the perspective to and of course the beautiful energy to sustain and being in alignment with the North Node. Let us know that this is the time to be a peacemaker, but first of all, with ourselves. We must to forgive ourselves to decide to come here to a place that for many was brutal, and try to remember that it's a part of us, that it's quite ambitious. And that's nice, because that's the reason, because we came here to navigate this tumultuous time, but because we knew that we have all that we need to navigate these moments and be in one piece to the other side. So reclaim your power, reclaim your freedom, but more than anything, be a peacemaker with your own story. And don't pretend that you forgot about the pain that you suffer. I'm just trying to say that it's a time to re-significate it. And even when can be working in trauma a long or something, not only long term, it can be something that you will be working with all your life. And it's really important, make pieces with your human body, accept your vessel, loving, open, and empty from all that it's noise, to let divine get into and transform your life, heal yourself, and move away from this old world that will be not long in alignment with us. So this being said, we have many other aspects that will be let us know that it's a time to transform or suffer forever. And of course, is our decision putting a step out of a suffering. We can have a situation that was not good for us, but stay there suffering forever. It's just our decision, and it's something that the mind will be inviting us to do all the time. So please don't let the mind trick you, and believe in yourself, reconnect with nature, reconnect with Gaia, reconnect with your loved ones and with God, to know that this is the time to move away. We have a square between Pluto and in Aquarius, trying to let us know that the new is right there, and Venus, and actually even Chiron. So this let us know that it's time to use our human body as a refuge, and not only a place to try to avoid or disconnect from. It's interesting because even when Chiron let us know that healing wound is, that our original wound, is there, we must to use it in a way to avoid places to be and not to stay there forever. And if we stay there suffering and avoiding our humanity and the connection with the nature and with Gaia, because we are suffering enough, we don't understand that we came here and that with the idea to transform that suffering, and we must to alchemize it to help the earth and humanity to heal. So having that in mind, please don't stay in that strong sensation that everything is bad and we are suffering so much, because it's the time to move on. If you take a look, you will find another slate where you will find a triangle that is marked between Pluto, that is in alignment with Aquila Altair, that was there for quite so long, so you probably are familiar. Then we have Pegasus sheet connecting with Saturn, and actually, of course, Saturn it's right there next to Neptune. And then we have Uranus in alignment with Pleiades, and we will be having this alignment for quite a year. So it's beautiful because Pleiades is let us know that even that surprises that Uranus will be probably flashes of recalling memories that coming back to us, that make all possible for us to heal our soul, and we'll be connecting again with being in service, being playful and passionate, being able to open and communicate with others, and that will be supporting the connection with Pluto, the transformation of this new paradigm, this collective that we are part of. And of course, we must remember that Aquila Altair, where is there in alignment with Pluto, bring us all the time a strong sense of clarity, and trying to inspire clarity around us, to ourselves, to others, and something that we must know all the time, that we are very oriented into action, and we came here to be brave and courageous, because we are the natural born leaders for times to come. And all this is pointing there our Wi-Fi, our connection with the with the spiritual realms, that it's Neptune here, letting us know that we are strong, we are able to reveal ourselves in a way that we can be actually a wisdom and a brave spiritual warrior right there in alignment with Saturn. And as Saturn is in alignment with Pegasus sheet, we must know that always happen, that it's time for us to be oriented in our own spiritual families and trying to reconnect with them. So if we keep moving into different layers, we will see that we have a lot of aspects during this full moon. We have, as we saw, the sun and the moon square with the nodes. We have other aspect that it's the moon, Mars, and Chiron making a grand trine, and that is a good way to let us know that, of course, we are here in this moment in time to make possible, bring to the surface all the actions that being connected with our emotional world we keep doing, and we must to avoid if we don't want to keep hurting ourselves. Sometimes we learn, because we must to survive, mechanisms of defense that are not longer in alignment with who we are here and now. And this trine let us know that we are able to move away from them, change this, keeping in mind that we can connect, even having that wounds, our actions with our emotions, and move apart, move away, bring this shining energy that actually is the living energy that we are here and now. Mercury, we saw that it's in alignment, in conjunction with Jupiter, Saturn with Neptune. And after watching all of this, I want to remembering you that we are having at this very, very moment a beautiful way to understand that actually we can not only be let the fear behind, but at the same time anchoring a new value system. I've been talking about the changes and the path that was doing, or the journey that was doing Venus along the year. And if you pay attention, all that it's happening actually is let us know that this is the time to claim the value, to claim the authority, to claim the freedom, and bring all this into balance. And it's interesting because the alignment of Mars is Hydra Aladfar, that actually is the star that let us know that it's time to bring into balance the divine feminine and masculine. And again, remember that we are natural healers and manifestators, and for that we must to be in peace, in union, in 0 point, to make possible something that born from unity and not from separation. So this is a beautiful actually full moon in Argentina, where I am. If you take a look, the alignment with Jupiter, the ruler of this full moon, is Ursa Minor, and the star is Polaris, our North Star, the one that is guiding us actually not only from the sky, from within, and even sometimes through other person that can bring their perspective, their wisdom, their knowledge. And if you need, for any reason, a mentor, a healer, a person that helping you, a therapist, this is the time to find that even that community, that person that can guiding you out of here. Sometimes we need that kind of cheerleader to let us know, or even a leader, the one that let us know it's time to move, everything is fine. And even if this person remind us all the time, and we feel the connection and the joy through their voice, their movements, their words, it is time. And it's interesting because in my particular case, I have a really strong connection being a Polarian and from Polaris in my chart too. So I'm pretty proud to see this star in this chart as have a lot of significations for me too. Hopefully I am in this video and many others able to share my perspective with you to let you know that all will be fine, even when we can be in a moment of trouble. God is having your back, and of course all these energies and our spiritual families are around us to help to move away. But we must to move really out of that radio mind control that is broadcasting all the time, that we being able to move away from the past, and that's not true. So I wish you all a really wonderful June and a nice full moon where you've been able to claim for the total capacity of your light brightening into the world. This is the time to do it. So hopefully this was helpful enough. So bye bye for now. See you around for the next video.